Hello, welcome back to another Guess the Elo. Yeah, so these guys are anywhere between 0 Elo and 1300. So yeah, straight away both players are building houses. So already I feel like this is above 200 Elo. I don't know, maybe I'm being harsh on the 200 Elos. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So blue is playing as the Mongols, red is playing as the Byzantines. Byzantines are like a defensive civ. I think all their buildings are a little bit stronger. Harder to take down. So they're pretty good civ. Mongols, I can't remember what Mongols are good for. As I said, I'm only 700 Elo, so my knowledge of this game is not going to be amazing. But yeah, feels quite a high Elo straight away. I think they're... Are they scouting with their... Oh, maybe not. I thought Red was scouting with his turkeys. Okay, Blue's now collecting his turkeys. Gonna build a lumber camp. So yeah, pretty standard build order. Or is it 6 on turkeys and then straight to wood? I keep thinking like Blue's scouting, but I think it's just because the turkeys are just so far away from the town centre. So yeah, so as not much is happening right now, I guess I could talk about other things until this game picks up. So I've been watching like Walking with Dinosaurs, you know, the new series, and I grew up with the original one, and I have to say the new series isn't that as good as the original. It's nothing like the original. Like I feel like I was clickbaited a little bit because so the original had like obviously a much bigger budget. Like it looked like Jurassic Park effectively. It had like that sort of technology. But then the new one, obviously the budget's not as big and I think it's all CGI. And also the new one keeps going back to the present time and then we start like looking at these mammals digging up dinosaur bones. So we keep like switching from them back to the dinosaurs, then back to them, back to the dinosaurs, while the original one at least just stayed in the dinosaur era. So yeah, I don't know. It's alright, full dinosaur documentary. It's nice to have another dinosaur documentary too, but it's definitely not Walking with Dinosaurs. Alright, nice ball law by Blue. I have no clue what Elo this is. The mill's a bit far away from the forge bushes if I want to be picky. See, Blue's one is right by the forge bush. I think you are supposedly meant to put your mill by the forge bush. But then again, I guess you could argue at least your villagers won't be walking into one another if you put it like one step away from the forge bushes. I don't know, but it looks reasonably high this game. I feel like this is probably above 600 at least. Going for the chickens. Chickens, something they've only recently added to the game a few months ago. Man, Blue's got quite a score lead, but the game has just started. Alright, let's see this ball law. I think Red's got loom. Looks like he's got loom. Man, that was a nice ball law, right underneath the town centre. Blue's still not collected his turkeys. Right, using the town centre. I've never done that before, but maybe I might start doing that. Using my town centre to take out the boar. I'm always scared that because the villager has to have the last hit. Otherwise, if the town centre has the last hit, then you can't collect food from the boar. So you'll just waste like 300 food or whatever boars have on them. Alright, what are you doing with these villas, Blue? Okay, Blue's forgotten these. Oh, there we go. Nice. So I feel like these players are a little bit slower. I mean, I'm not judging, obviously, because you know I'm a low elo myself. I'm just saying that I feel like straight away this is not 1300. Not that I've watched many 1300 games. I feel like this... I feel like right now I'd probably guess about 900 maybe. But I don't know, it's really hard to tell from Dark Age. Like, it looks like they both kind of got the build order for Dark Age, you know. 6 on sheep or turkeys, then 4 on wood or 5 in blue's case. And 5 on red. Is that 5 or 6? Yeah, alright. Red's aging up. Red is off to the next stage. Man, a show I have just watched though that I really enjoyed was Andor. I only recently finished watching that a few days ago, and that was like the best Star Wars ever, I would say, in my opinion. Yeah, if you don't know what Andor is, it's like it's just a Star Wars TV show. It's like a prequel to Rogue One. That's a prequel to A New Hope, the original Star Wars. So it's a prequel of the prequel, basically. But no, Andor was amazing. Like, yeah. I won't spoil it for you if you don't want, in case you haven't watched it yet. But it's definitely worth watching. Trouble is, with Andor being so good, it does kind of, it's almost like an own goal for Disney now. Because now everyone's going to be expecting all the other Star Wars TV shows to be just as good, and then when they're not, it's like, ah. So, yeah. But honestly, like, I know like a lot of people like don't like Disney Star Wars, but I don't mind Disney Star Wars. I generally, like, the sequels weren't great, I would admit that. Like, I think the big own goal they did with the sequels is they obviously didn't have a plan, did they? They just went one movie to another, and they had like they originally had 3 different directors who were just going to do their own thing. And it was a bit too close to the original, in my opinion. But I didn't mind The Force Awakens. Force Awakens was a good movie. And Last Jedi was okay. It was kind of The Rise of Skywalker that kind of killed it for me. But yeah, all the other Star Wars things I quite liked. I didn't mind Acolyte. It was okay. I didn't think it was as bad as what people were saying it was. And I was a little bit disappointed it got cancelled, because it did leave on a bit of a cliffhanger. But then again, when they said they were only going to do one Star Wars show a year now, I wasn't that disappointed from that point of view. I was like, okay, I'd probably rather see something else other than the Acolyte, maybe. But the fight scenes in the Acolyte were really good. Like, the lightsaber fights were probably the best lightsaber fights since the prequels, I'd say. Anyway, that's probably enough about Star Wars. We've got a game to run. So Red is building a lot of spearmen. Is that defensive spearmen? Is he afraid he's going to get scout rushed? My god, they're really close. They're unusually close together. Is Blue making archers? I was looking at it from Red's point of view, so I couldn't see. Okay, so poor Red even is making spearmen in case he gets scout rushed, but he doesn't realise he's actually about to get archer rushed. So that's a little bit unfortunate. This feels quite low elo, I think. Why are you going with these spearmen? Are they just defending the people who are... Okay. This feels quite low, I think. I'd be surprised... I've been wrong before, obviously, but I'd be surprised if this is above 1,000 elo. But then again, I was wrong. Like last time I guessed 580 and they were like 1,000 elo. And then I did another guess the elo. I didn't actually upload it in the end, because I originally thought that my guessing was between 0 to 1200, and it turned out these guys were like 1268, so I thought I can't really upload that. But anyway, so they were 1268 and I guessed they were like 700. So both times I've been wrong. Yeah, I've been really wrong, basically. Alright, doing gold mine upgrades. I'm probably missing so much in this game. Alright, where's these villages going? They're building a market. So Red's just focusing on aging up, I think. Red's not planning to attack. Blue, in the meantime, is planning to do a Russian feudal. Being a bit slow about it, but... How close is everyone from aging up? Red can actually age up now. I think he's just missing the buildings. That's what it is. That's why he's building a market and a archer range. Oh. I was quite lucky he's building an archer range actually. Now I can like make skirms quick. And there he is. Skirms are counter to archers. Alright. Go up to castle age now, Red. Red, age up. Age up, Red. Red's panicking right now. He's attacking the archers of his villagers. Go up to castle. You've got enough resources. I think you do. No, wait. Do you have enough resources? It's 200 gold, isn't it, to get to castle age? I think. I believe so. Yeah, that makes sense. I think. I don't know. What you have to remember though is it's like so much more stressful when you're playing. Like you think a lot clearer when you're watching. Because obviously I'm relaxed, but when they're playing, their heartbeats are probably beating 10 times my speed, so they're obviously not thinking as straight as what they probably would want to. Red's now aging up. He's got a lot of idle villagers. He's walling. Blue, meantime, how close are you to aging up? Not that close. You got way too much gold. Need more people on food so you can age up. And he has got a market, so he could maybe sell some gold to age up. This feels quite similar to... I was going to say quite similar to the last game I did, the low elo. Not low elo, the guess the elo. Where it was actually the defensive civ that actually... this defensive player that actually won because he just aged up, while the aggressor didn't because he used all his resources to make soldiers. So that person was stuck in feudal for like ever, and the other guy was able to age up to castle. Oh, that wasn't... Oh, actually, I remember that game now. That wasn't Guess the Elo, that was just me spectating a game. Oh, no, in fact, it was the aggressor that actually won that game, wasn't it? I remember now. Yeah, that was me just spectating a random game. Am I making sense? I don't know. Sometimes I worry that people don't actually know what I'm on about. So I feel like Red's going to have the better eco, but Blue's going to have like more soldiers, if that makes sense. Like he's like Blue's already built 2 archer ranges. Yeah, it'd be interesting what Blue's plan is. Blue's plan, Red's plan. Alright, Blue's focusing now on eco. I think Blue now knows he really needs to be aging up now, as the other opponent's now in castle age, a whole age ahead. So, alright, if I had to guess now, what would I think the elo is? Let me know in the comments too, like if anyone's actually watching. Let me know what your guesses are. I'll be intrigued. Like, I reckon if I can be within, like... It depends on the elo, I guess, but... If these guys are, like, 1200, if I can, like... Let's say they're, like, 1260. If I guess anywhere in the 1200s, I guess I'll call that a victory. But if these guys are, like, 700, then I think I have to guess around the 700 mark. Basically, I have to be within 100 elo, I think. And then in the thousands, within 1,000. I think that's kind of my rules. It's a bit of a weird town centre. I feel like if you make a town centre, you should really build it like near a resource, but maybe that's like a farming one. It's so awkward, Arabia, too, because of the mountains, and you can't like build a town centre on a mountain. It's so annoying. Blue's kind of walling. I like the walling. I quite like Blue's playing style. He's kind of going aggressive but also defensive at the same time. It's kind of nice. I mean, obviously, I'll say he's walling. There's a massive gap here. Hopefully he has noticed. I'm guessing that's a scout. But yeah, it feels... I don't know. I could be completely wrong. These guys might be 1,000 elo. They might be 1,100 elo. I don't know. I think until I've like done more videos on guess the elo, I think it's going to be quite hard to guess. But I'm also not looking at the game time, so I'm not looking at like how many minutes it's taking them to age up. I'm not looking at seeing how often they are producing veals. What are the veal count at the moment? So Blue's got more veals, despite the fact he's been more aggressive. I think I could be wrong, but I think when Blue like started raiding Red's space, I think Red was panicking and forgot to be making villages at that point. I don't know what Red's plan is. I know he's Byzantines and they are defensive civ, but he's making, what's he making in his? He's got pikemen. They tend to be more of a defensive unit. I feel like Blue's won this. I think Blue's just more aggressive. I think Blue's just, I don't know. Their scores are very close. I would imagine that I think their eco is quite similar. I think Red's got slightly more, but Blue's got a lot more gold. And obviously you need gold to make army, I guess. I think my money's definitely on Blue to win this game right now. I feel like long term too, it looks like Blue's just got a better eco as well, and he's got an army. And I'm not entirely sure what Red's plan is. I think right now he's going to be getting relics. Okay, here comes the Cavalier Archers. Alright, so he's got skirms. Skirms are a good unit to counter. He has got pikemen too. Right, do a castle drop, Blue. That's what I'd probably be doing now. Do a nice castle drop, maybe like here, where that scout is. Like, if you could do a cast drop and like these things, it would be amazing. I don't even know if he's got he hasn't got the stone. Alright, what's Red made in the stables? He's making camels? I'm not sure if camels are good counter to Cavalier Archers. I know camels are good against knights, and to be fair, Blue is making knights. So maybe camels and skirms might be a good counter to this army that Blue's got. Making another archer range, but I think that village is not going to be able to finish it. Quick run with the gold. Oh, damn it! Phil, you should have dropped that gold. Could have maybe got to the town centre if you weren't holding the gold. I don't think that's a thing in the game though. I think the villages are just as fast when they're like carrying resources when they're not. But it kind of would make sense if they slowed the village down. Oh my god, all these villages are dead. I think Blue's won this. Blue's just been more aggressive. Oh, pikemen. Pikemen taking out them. Alright, let's see if the camels are good against these things. They are actually, to be fair. The only downside is there's only like 3 camels, but the camel did do a good job, to be fair. Oh yeah, pikemen are a bit screwed against these things though. Just running into archers, running into bow and arrows. I reckon I want to say like 700 elo. I think this is about my elo, maybe. How many builds are they on now? So red's on 45, blue's on 70. Alright, red's aging up. I'm guessing blue isn't. Blue isn't aging up. So I guess that's the one advantage red has, is that he'll be an age up. Oh, town belt. More armies coming. I think blues won this. That would be... I mean, if Wood can make a comeback, that'd be amazing. Oh, build a castle. I think if I was building a castle, I would have built it in my town. But what's he got in the what's he got actually in this castle? Villages. Okay, I thought it was gonna be like an army. Okay, I think this looks GG to me. Maybe Red might just wait until he gets to Imperial Age, then resign. That's usually what I would do. Got some camels. He's low on resources. All villages are back to work. Yeah, I think. Oh, is this a forward castle? Potentially. I mean, yes, it's a castle drop there. That's good, but the only downside is that Red's going to be in Imperial Age, so he'll be able to make trebs that should take that one down. Alright, you really need to be making trebs now, Red. But Red just doesn't have the army. Like, he's making camels. The only graces for Red is he is an Imperial Age. But my god, that's a big army from Blue. Okay, make some trebs. Yeah, he's making some trebs now. Come on, Red. That's a nice monastery. I like how they've changed all the monasteries too. I think they've changed the monasteries. Have they changed all the monasteries? I don't know. I know they changed all the castles. Like before, I think Franks and Brits used to have like the same castle design, and now they don't since the new update a few months ago now. Oh, that's rude, stealing his stone. Oh, there we go. That's GG. Alright, what Elo do we reckon? 800? I think 800 is a good guess for me. I'm going to guess 800. Without much thinking. I mean, they all say ideally want to try to get to 100 bills, and neither of them did, and Red did stop making bills. I don't know, I reckon it's anywhere between 600 and 800, and I'm going to say... I'm going to say... I don't know, now I'm starting to think 800 might be a bit too high. 800, 700... Alright, let's go 700 Elo. I'm going to go 700. I should have gone for my original guess. God damn it. See, that's what I say. It's like so much easier to... it's so much easier to watch the game than to play it. So that's what I have to like put in my brain. So basically what I need to do is think of an Elo and then add 200 to it. And then I should get the Elo right. Red just seemed a bit more passive. That's why I didn't think Red was going to be that high. But yeah, I think we just caught Red on a bad day. Okay, well, not a bad guess. I was... Yeah, I was okay. I was okay. Yeah, so Red player's much better than me. But yeah, GG. Anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you next time. Adios.